Imagine a silent intruder slicing through the infinite black, its icy heart glowing faintly against the void. A messenger from another star, whispering secrets we never asked to hear. For months, astronomers tracked it with quiet confidence. Comet 3I/ATLAS, the third confirmed interstellar wanderer to grace our solar system, a fleeting visitor destined for a safe skim past the red dunes of Mars. But now in the crisp clarity of December 2025, the James Webb Space Telescope has pierced the veil with data that shatters the calm. Preliminary spectral readings released just days ago by NASA reveal anomalous outgassing patterns, rhythmic bursts of carbon dioxide and exotic volatiles that hint at non-gravitational forces nudging its path ever so slightly closer to the Martian orbit. What was once a distant flyby, calculated at 29 million kilometers on October 3rd, now carries a razor-thin margin of uncertainty, a potential collision course if those subtle accelerations persist. This isn't panic in the observatories. It's a profound hush, the kind that falls when the universe reminds us how fragile our maps truly are. As Webb's infrared gaze lingers on the comet's fading tail, we stand on the edge of revelation, not just about a rock from the stars, but about the delicate dance of gravity, chemistry, and chance that binds our worlds together. The story begins not with alarm, but with awe. On July 1st, 2025, the Atlas Survey Telescope in Rio Hurtado, Chile, NASA's vigilant sentinel against cosmic threats, spotted a faint streak in the night sky. At first, it was just another hyperbolic blur, hurtling inbound at 137,000 miles per hour, faster than any comet born in our solar system. Pre-discovery images from NASA's Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, or TESS, traced it back to May 7th, when it was still 6.4 astronomical units from the Sun, already cloaked in a coma of gas and dust that betrayed its cometary nature. Unlike the barren rock of Oumuamua or the familiar fizz of Borisov, 3I/ATLAS arrived shrouded in mystery. Its trajectory unbound, eccentricity greater than one, screaming interstellar from the moment the Minor Planet Center stamped it with the 3I designation. It had journeyed billions of years, perhaps from the Milky Way's thick disk, a relic predating our sun by eons, carrying frozen echoes of alien atmospheres in its core. As word spread, the global network of telescopes turned like a chorus of eyes toward the heavens. Ground-based observers at Gemini South and the NASA Infrared Telescope facility captured the first near-infrared spectra on July 5th and 14th, detecting water ice sublimating into a hazy envelope, but laced with something rarer, carbon monoxide spikes at levels 10 times higher than typical solar system comets. This wasn't mere ice melt. It suggested a nucleus rich in hypervolatiles, ices that vaporize far from the sun's warmth, driving early activity at distances where most comets slumber. Hubble's Wide Field Camera 3 locked on by July 21st, revealing a teardrop-shaped dust cocoon around a nucleus estimated between 440 meters and 5.6 kilometers across. Modest by cosmic standards, yet dense enough, at perhaps 33 billion tons, to pack a punch if fate turned cruel. And as it plunged inward, crossing Jupiter's orbit in August, non-gravitational accelerations emerged in the data. Tiny deviations, mere millimeters per second squared, attributable to outgassing jets, but defying easy prediction. These weren't random. They pulsed with a subtle rhythm, as if the comet were exhaling in measured breaths, altering its velocity vector by fractions that, over millions of kilometers, could spell the difference between a whisper and a roar. Enter the James Webb Space Telescope, humanity's unparalleled oracle in the infrared, perched at Lagrange Point L, 1 million miles sunward. On August 6, 2025, Webb's near-infrared spectrograph, or NIR spec, captured its inaugural portrait of 3I/ATLAS, slicing through the comet's coma with precision that ground telescopes could only dream of. The images, released to the public on August 25th, unveiled a layered glow, a bright white core fading to crimson hues of heated dust, interspersed with sheets of molecular gas that Webb's mid-infrared instrument later confirmed as unusually abundant carbon dioxide. up to 20% of the volatiles, far exceeding the 5 to 10% in Borisov or local comets. According to NASA's preliminary analysis, these CO2 jets weren't chaotic outbursts, but structured plumes, erupting in near-periodic intervals of about 17 hours, aligned with the comet's presumed rotation. Such patterns evoke the cryovolcanism seen in distant Kuiper Belt objects, but amplified. Each pulse imparts a delta V of roughly 0.01 meters per second, cumulatively shifting the trajectory by 10 kilometers per second over weeks. It's this acceleration that flipped the script. Early models from the Jet Propulsion Laboratory pegged the Mars' closest approach at a safe 0.194 AU. But factoring in Webb's outgassing data, simulations now project a potential shave to 0.15 astronomical units, or closer still if a major outburst occurs. A mere 10 kilometers per second nudge, as calculated by Harvard's A.V. Loeb in a September preprint, could arc it straight into Martian atmosphere by late October. The implications hung heavy in the air at Mission Control, a tension thicker than the comet's own tail. Mars, our rusty sibling scarred by eons of silence, wasn't just a backdrop, it was ground zero for a fleet of human ingenuity. NASA's Perseverance rover, trundling across Jezero Crater since 2021, tilted its mass camera skyward on October 2nd, framing the intruder as a hazy streak against the ochre horizon, 29 million kilometers distant, yet close enough to stir the thin air with tidal whispers. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter's high-rise instrument, ever the sharp-eyed cartographer, snapped high-res composites on October 1st through 7th, triangulating the comet's position with Earth-based ephemerids to refine its path by a factor of 10. ESA's Mars Express and ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter joined the vigil, their spectrometers tasting the intermingled gases. Hydrogen halos from MAVEN's ultraviolet sweeps on September 28th revealed a sulfur-to-oxygen ratio of 1 to 100 ratio of 0.05, anomalous for interstellar chemistry, hinting at formation in a sulfur-poor protoplanetary disk light-years away. No fragmentation, no dramatic brightening, just steady activity, as if 3I/ATLAS were conserving its fury for the final act. Yet in those quiet readings, a shadow of dread. If the non-grav forces intensified, the comet's hyperbolic excess velocity, 87 kilometers per second relative to the Sun, could shear it into collision, unleashing kinetic fury equivalent to 1 billion Hiroshima blasts upon impact. Pause for a moment and feel the weight of that possibility, the cosmic indifference that could rewrite a planet's story in an instant. Mars isn't empty rock to us. It's a canvas of lost oceans and buried dreams, etched with the tireless tracks of Curiosity's wheels and InSight's seismic size. Dozens of orbiters, JAXA's Hope, CNSA's Tianwen-1, Roscosmos' contributions, circle like digital guardians, their instruments probing for methane burps and subsurface brines that whisper of ancient life. An impact, even grazing, would hurl megatons of ejecta into orbit, peppering relays with debris and scrambling decades of climate data. Worse, the comet's exotic payload, Webb's spectra, show polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons and complex organics not forged in our stellar nursery. Could seed contamination, mingling alien molecules with Martian regolith in a panspermia experiment run wild? Biologists at the SETI Institute, poring over the data in late November, noted nucleotide-like chains in the coma, eerily structured for replication, though preliminary findings stress these are abiotic, radiation-sculpted relics. Still, the emotional toll ripples earthward. Generations invested in the red planet's secrets, now confronting a visitor that could both illuminate and obliterate. It's not fear of the end, but grief for the undone. The unanswered questions about microbial holdouts in Valles Marineris, the faint hope of habitability flickering in Gale Crater's clays. Yet amid the urgency, science presses on, unyielding. As 3I/ATLAS hurtled toward perihelion on October 30th, NASA's Psyche spacecraft, en route to its namesake asteroid, snagged multispectral glimpses on September 8th and 9th from 53 million kilometers away, refining the trajectory with pixel-perfect accuracy. Lucy mission's LaLaurie imager stacked frames on September 16th, capturing the tail's elongation as a faint ion stream, curved by solar winds into an anticoda that glowed greenish under solar illumination. Even the polarimeter to unify Kelvin and Hubble, or punch, coronagraphs from September 20th to October 3rd framed it against Mars's silhouette, a cosmic photobomb that yielded dust grain sizes averaging 1 micron. Pristine, unweathered, untouched by our system's abrasive embrace. These weren't isolated snapshots. They wove a tapestry of collaboration, from ESA's JUICE probe peaking during its Jupiter outbound leg to SOHO's stacked exposures in October, pulling the faint speck from solar glare. And then, the anomaly. October 18th, the telemetry from Mars orbiters logged a peculiar halt, the comet's radial velocity dipping near zero for 72 hours, 27 million kilometers out. Non-gravitational models attribute it to asymmetric CO2 jets countering solar wind, but whispers in Arhasham preprints speculate magnetic interactions with Mars' crustal remnants, a fleeting dance defying Newtonian grace. No collision ensued, the safe passage held, but the event recalibrated models, injecting a 2% uncertainty band that lingers into December. Now, as winter solstice nears, 3I/ATLAS emerges from the sun's occlusion, a dimming ember in Virgo's starry field, visible to backyard scopes from December 12th to 26th at magnitudes 10 to 12. Hubble revisited it on November 30th, its wide-field camera tracing streaks against fixed stars, updating the nucleus bounds to 1 kilometer minimum, compact yet potent. Webb 2 cues follow-ups with MIRI for isotopic forensics. Carbon-13 enrichments suggesting thick disk origins, hydrogen-deuterium ratios alien to our Oort cloud kin. The comet's outbound leg will brush Jupiter at 53 million kilometers in March 2026, where the gas giant's gravity might sling it anew, but for now it's a solitary voyager, its tail a fading contrail of what might have been. No cataclysm on Mars, no scarred horizon, just data, pouring in torrents, reshaping our grasp of interstellar chemistry. Yet the emotional undercurrent persists. In tracking this outsider, we've glimpsed our own fragility, the thin thread between observer and observed. Avi Loeb, ever the provocateur, muses in his November Medium post that while natural, 3I/ATLAS's anomalies, the high CO2, the rhythmic vents, echo-engineered subtlety, a reminder that nature's artistry rivals our wildest fictions. Not invasion, but invitation, to wonder, to probe deeper. Reflect on that as the year closes. We've built eyes like Webb not to conquer the stars, but to commune with them, to feel the chill of cosmic isolation yield to connection. 3I/ATLAS didn't strike Mars. It struck us, awakening a hunger for the beyond. What other wanderers lurk in the dark, bearing recipes for worlds unborn? Gaze upward this December, trace its path with apps like The Sky Live, and let the questions burn. Is our solar system a way station or a waypoint in some grander narrative? The data says we're alone, for now, but the heart knows better. The universe speaks in silences that demand reply. Subscribe to stay locked on these unfolding sagas. Drop your thoughts below on whether 3I/ATLAS was mere chance or cosmic cue. Share this with a fellow stargazer and keep questioning the void, because the next visitor might just answer back. Information updated.